The dignity gained relies on the strength of others. Is it really your own dignity? He called Kong Ming Taoist, and had the ability of omnipotence. But he was once a busker despised by everyone. Humble origin, even being insulted as an inferior person. Everyone can trample him underfoot. Kong Ming's name used to be Zhang Ergou. He made a living by performing on the street. But bullied everywhere, his dog died because of him. When he wanted to die, Bai appeared and rescued him.
这本来是给阿黄的，你既然吃了，就留下吧，从今往后，你就是我张二狗唯一的亲人。我发誓，咱们有福同享，有难同当，到哪儿都不分。
In this way, he took Bai and continued to perform. The people who bullied him came to trouble him again, but one of them was bitten to death by Bai, killing people with a monster. Get out of the city. In the end, Zhang Ergou was driven out of the city by everyone. He fell on a piece of dry land. In order to save him, Bai used his ability to call the rain. And the rainfall was only in the area where Zhang Ergou was located. Then the voices came. It hadn't rained here in 10 years. The crops were all dead. Starving people were everywhere. Zhang Ergou looked up to the sky. He knew it was Bai who cast the spell to make it rain. Then he asked Bai to make it rain, to save this dry land. Zhang Ergou felt the feeling of being respected for the first time. In this way, he became the revered Kong Ming Taoist. Since then, he traveled around with Bai, made it rain and save people, and he never took any treasure, for the dignity he never had before. Until he came to Lumen Mountain. Lumen Mountain was blessed by the monks of Lumen Temple. Looking at Lumen Temple, who was more respected than him, he was jealous. In order to make his reputation higher than it, he asked Bai to put on a play with him. The gate of Lumen Temple had just been repaired. An unprecedented heavy rain appeared in Lumen Mountain. When people panicked, he appeared, cast a spell. The rainstorm stopped miraculously. For the so-called dignity, he didn't hesitate to hurt Bai in exchange for his reputation. For the so-called fame, he didn't hesitate to destroy the gate of Lumen Temple, in exchange for the praise of people. 20 years passed. He no longer traveled the world. Instead, I lived near the Lumen Temple. Rare plague and drought suddenly broke out in Lumen Mountain area. This was another chance for him to be famous. For this, he took power from Bai again and again. Bai would take damage if his power was drawn too much. So when rained every time, Bai would lost control. Lumen Mountain was also destroyed. People were suspicious of him. He always put dignity first at all times. He had lost the heart of cherisher for Bai. For dignity, he didn't hesitate to betray Bai who was loyal to him. For dignity, he planned to kill Bai in front of the well. But he said to Bai, didn't hide when he killed Bai with the sword. He would pretend to stab him. However, the ignorant Bai never threatened him. He always obeyed him. But he thought Bai would betray him. Will good people really be treated well?